Hi kindergartners, it's Annie. You might be wondering why I'm wearing this fabulous cape, and it's because I am a super reader. Do you know who else is a super reader? You are. And today we're going to use our reading superpowers to have a lot of reading fun. Do you remember our song? Here it goes. Super reader, does whatever a reader can, sees a word, any size, reads that word before your eyes. Look out! Here comes a super reader. All right, super readers, before we go any further, you might want to get yourself a cape. Now, you might have a cape in a dress-up box, but you're maybe thinking, Annie, I don't have a dress-up box. Don't worry about it. You could get a towel and a clothespin, or maybe you could get somebody's bathrobe or a big old t-shirt or even a scarf. So pause the video and go get yourself a cape if you want one, and meet me right back here. Are you back? I can't wait to see those capes. Okay, remember, we are super readers, me and you. And you might be thinking, I am? Yeah, you are, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Just like all superheroes have superpowers, super readers have superpowers for reading. Watch. We have snap word power. Here's what I mean. I can read the book. Do you see all these snap words? I and can and the. And you know what? I realized that this word, book, reminds me of another snap word, look. Look helps us read book. So there's one superpower that you have. Here's another reading superpower. We have picture power. Picture power, picture power is when you look at a picture and some words and you think, how can the picture help me read the words? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we have a picture of a dog. It's not just any dog, it's a dog that is running so fast that look, its feet aren't even on the ground. I'm noticing the details in this picture to help me read. And then I see, oh my gosh, there's some lines. I know from Writer's Workshop that those lines can mean something or somebody is moving. I think this dog is going really quickly. And there's the picture of the dog. There's the picture of an arrow that points to the dog and an arrow that points to the lines. All right, let's put all those details together and let's use our snap word power and see if we can help read this. There's a snap word. I might need my picture power for this one. The dog. Oh yeah, there we go. The dog. What's that dog doing in the picture? Oh, the dog ran. How's it running? The dog ran fast. Let's do it again. The dog ran fast. Does that make sense with the picture? Yes, it does. You know that because you have picture power. All right, another superpower that you already have is sound power. Here's a word. Maybe you can read it by looking at it. Maybe you need to use our sounds. You guys have been studying all the letter sounds since the beginning of the year. So let's remember the sounds. So this letter F makes the F sound. This letter U makes the sound. And this N makes the N sound. Let's put those together. N. Fun, fun, fun. We used our sound power to read fun. Do it with me. We used our sound power. Show me sound power. Sound power. Excellent. See, you guys, you already know 3 reading superpowers. I'm going to show you one more today. You might know, you might not know, but this is a really fun one. Are you ready? Here goes. I'm going to take off my paper. All right, I need a prop. Some kids might recognize my pointer from the classroom. this pointer is not just a regular pointer. It is a pointer that I use for one of my reading superpowers. And before I can use it, I need to say something. Room 4 kindergartners, what do I say? Oh, I hear you. Activate pointer power. Let me show you what I mean. I can read. Do you notice how I pointed to every word? Now, here's the other thing. Tell me yes or no if I'm doing it right. I can read. That was a yes. How about I can read? Did I use my pointer power? Nope. One more time. I can read. No. Point to every word. I can read. We have pointer power. Exactly. Now, you might not have a pointer at home, and that's okay. I grabbed these when I left the classroom on that last day a long time ago, but a cool thing you can do is make one. I decided I would make one. Can you see what this is made out of? It's made out of a chopstick and some ribbons. I just took a regular old chopstick from a takeout restaurant and I tied ribbons to it. You could also decorate it with markers if you wanted to. If you don't have a chopstick, you could get a stick from outside. You could also just use, whoopsie daisy, you could also just use a marker or a pencil. But if you do that, be sure to flip your pencil over so you're using the eraser and leave the cap on your pen. Can you think why? Because when you're reading, you don't want to draw on whatever you're reading. So use the eraser or leave the cap on. Of course, you can always just use your pointer finger. I just think it's kind of fun to have a little fancy pointer. All right, let's test it out. Noticed that every week, starting this week, there's going to be a weekly poem, just like we have in the classroom on a pocket chart, just like we put in our poetry notebooks or poetry folders, whatever you've got in your classroom. So every Monday you can check out the new poem and you can read it, and you can use snap word power and picture power and sound power, and now pointer power. Here we go. This poem is called Earth. You can read it with me. Earth is high, earth is low, earth is hot, earth is cold, earth is wet, earth is dry, earth is land, earth is sky. Do you see how I pointed to every single word? Oh my gosh, there were some words that repeated so many times in that poem. When you look at it again, I bet you can figure out what repeats and what words are new in every line. So here's an activity that you can do in your house in one room with your pointer. You and a grown-up can spell some words of things you find in your room. For instance, I have labeled this in my room. Pencils. I can use my pointer to read the room. Let's keep reading the room. Oh, look what I found, another one. Laptop. Let's keep going. See if you can read it. I'm gonna use my picture power. What is that? Oh, painting. I'm gonna come over here. This is the door. There's the door. Maybe I want to sit in my chair. Maybe I want to look in the, I bet you know what that is, mirror. Ooh, you can look at our caterpillar. Oh, look, he's eating. Do you see it? You can look on the Room 4 website for more information about that caterpillar. And here is my window. So kindergartners, if you have a piece of paper and some tape and some markers, you and a grown-up can label your room, and then you can read the room with your pointer. Here's a fun thing you can also try. you can mix up some of the words and see if you can figure out where they should really go, like this. All right, Reevy and I mixed up a few of these words. Let's see if this one is right. I remember that this is the painting. So it would be p. Wait a minute, that's not p, that's chair. That's not the chair. Let's go over to the chair and see if we can find the right one. Oh, wait a minute. This is my chair, but it starts with the p and it has the ing. I bet that's painting. Let's switch them back. Painting's gonna go back over here. Let's look at another one. Door. Oh, that one's right. That one didn't get switched. That can be fun not to switch something. Let's go see if we can solve one more mystery. Aha. I know there was one on here, and if this is a mirror, it must start with That doesn't start with That's a really long word that starts with k. Cat. Ooh, I bet I know what this one is. Caterpillar. I didn't even need to know the whole word because I knew what we had already read and I could see a smaller word inside, cat. We better go over to the caterpillar and see if we can find the missing mirror sticker. Mirror. Are you a mirror? That's not a mirror. That's a caterpillar. So I'm going to put that back. So of course you can read the room once you've labeled it, but the main thing that you're going to need your pointer power for is reading so many stories because the world is full of wonderful books just waiting for you. Here's one that I hope you've seen before, and if you haven't, you're in for a lucky treat. This one is called Worm is Stuck. Oh my gosh, will you just take a minute and use your picture power and look at Worm closely? That poor worm is tied up in a knot. Let's use our pointer power and find out what happens. Worm is a circle. Worm is a circle. 4 words. I also use my picture power to see, oh my gosh, there's that circle. Worm is a square. Worm is a triangle. Worm is a zigzag. Worm, whoopsie daisy. Worm is a figure 8. Worm is a bow. Worm is a, now this is a tricky word, but if I use my pointer power and I read word by word and I use my picture power, I bet I can figure out what this word is. Worm is a I think this word is tricking me. I don't think this really is a k sound. Let's try it. Worm is a knot. It's a silent K. Worm is a knot. Worm is stuck. Okay, now I'm going to start back at the beginning and you get your pointer or just your finger and I want you to point to the screen. You don't have to touch the screen, but I want you to point and read each word. Oh, let's start with the title, of course. Are you pointing to every single word? Use that pointer power. Worm is stuck. Let's read one more worm story. This is one of my favorites. Worm is hot. See if you can use your pointer power and read it along with me. Oh my gosh, I forgot one of the most important things about pointer power. When we start with our pointer power, we say, activate pointer power. Let's activate our pointer power and we will read it. Activate pointer power. Worm is hot. Worm is hot. Boy, he looks hot. Maybe it's a she. Worm gets a fan. Look at that little tiny worm carrying that little tiny fan. Worm is still hot. Fan's not doing much. Worm gets another fan. Worm is still hot. Worm gets another fan. Worm gets another fan. Whoosh! Worm blows away. I think that was too many fans, don't you? Okay, activate pointer power. You read it. Keep going, use that pointer power. You're doing great, kindergartners. Here it comes. Hi, crazy worm. I bet you could write your own worm story too, but we can do that another day. Okay, kindergartners, so now I want you to go forth and read. You can get yourself a cape and you can make a pointer. And then you can activate your pointer power and you can read our weekly poem, Earth. You can make some labels and you can read your room. You can read a book or 2 or 5. Don't forget to send your teacher a picture of yourself reading with your cape and your pointer. This daily video is almost over, but I want to remind you that you can watch it again and even again. If you want to watch it again today, just click right here on the home page. But if you think tomorrow, I'd really like to watch that pointer power video again, you're going to find it over on the past videos page. And in fact, there are so many videos there you can rewatch. Maybe you want to write another pattern book. You can check out that past video. Maybe you want to play trash with Miss Kim. You can find that video, that old daily video, in the past videos page. Maybe you want to make another troll bridge, or maybe you didn't get a chance to do something with Miss April, like retell a story. If you missed a day, you can always go back and look. I also want you to take a look right down here at the weekly menu. Every week on Friday afternoons, you're going to see a new weekly menu that's got reading and writing and art and math and science and all kinds of activities for you every day. So don't forget to check those out and really look at the website with your families. Okay, kindergartners, one more thing. Here are a few more snap words that I want you to remember. I love you.